In the heart of ancient Thebes, as the sun rose over the shimmering waters of the Nile, stood a queen unlike any ruler before her. She was a woman who would shatter tradition, defy expectations, and carve her name into the very bedrock of history. She was Hatshepsut, the woman who became one of Egypt's greatest pharaohs. Imagine the scene: Egypt, a powerful empire, finds itself at a crossroads. The throne is in flux. A young woman, born of royal blood, steps forward. This isn't just any royal, this is Hatshepsut. She inherits the throne during a turbulent time, a moment when a lesser leader might have faltered. But Hatshepsut did not hesitate. With the weight of a kingdom on her shoulders, she placed the double crown of Upper and Lower Egypt upon her head, stood before her people with unshakable confidence, and made a silent vow to rule Egypt like no one before her. Her reign wasn't marked by war and conquest, but by peace and incredible prosperity. Hatshepsut was a builder, a visionary whose love for architecture would redefine the Egyptian landscape. She didn't just build, she created legacies in stone. She raised towering obelisks, monolithic structures that pierced the heavens, their golden tips catching the first and last light of the sun. She restored temples that had fallen into disrepair, breathing new life into the sacred spaces of the gods. And then there was her masterpiece, her mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahari. Carved directly into the sheer limestone cliffs, this stunning complex of terraced colonnades is one of the most breathtaking architectural achievements in history. It wasn't just a tomb. It was a statement, a testament to her divine right to rule and her eternal connection to the gods. It told the story of her divine birth, her coronation, and her achievements for all eternity. But Hatshepsut's ambition wasn't confined to the borders of Egypt. She was also an explorer. She commissioned one of the most famous voyages of the ancient world, a legendary expedition to the fabled land of Punt. We don't know exactly where Punt was, maybe modern-day Eritrea or Somalia. But for the Egyptians, it was a land of myth and marvels. Her ships returned not with spoils of war, but with treasures of trade. They brought back aromatic incense and myrrh trees, which were planted in the gardens of her temple, along with exotic animals, ebony, and ivory. This expedition wasn't just about wealth. It was a brilliant display of Egypt's power and influence, bringing unprecedented prosperity back to the kingdom. But what truly set Hatshepsut apart, what makes her story so compelling even thousands of years later, was her incredible strength of will and her political genius. She knew the world she lived in. She understood that many would question, even resent, a woman holding the ultimate power of pharaoh. So, she made a calculated and powerful choice. In many statues and reliefs, she is depicted in the traditional attire of a male ruler. She wore the kilt, the false beard, and the powerful physique of a pharaoh. This wasn't an attempt to hide who she was, quite the opposite. It was a strategic move to communicate her authority in a language her people would understand. She was showing them that the power of the pharaoh was a role, an office, and that she possessed every quality required to fill it. She was proving that leadership is measured by wisdom, courage, and vision, not by gender. For over 2 decades, Hatshepsut ruled over a flourishing Egypt, a golden age of peace, art, and trade. After her death, later pharaohs attempted to erase her from history, chiseling her name and image from monuments, but they failed. You cannot erase a legacy carved so deeply into stone and into the soul of a nation. Archaeologists rediscovered her story, piecing together the magnificent puzzle of her reign. Today, Hatshepsut stands as a powerful symbol of a queen who broke every barrier. She wrote her own story in the golden pages of history, leaving an eternal message for the world. Greatness is not given, it is taken. It belongs to those who dare to lead, to build, and to dream. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey back in time. If you were inspired by the story of this incredible queen, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories of the figures who shaped our world. See you next time.